This episode of XNA Roundup is sponsored by GoDaddy.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to the XNA Roundup Show. This is episode number 22, and I'm your host, Nick the Dude. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Here at XNA Roundup headquarters, we find the best games on the Xbox Live community games section and give you the rundown on what's worth playing each and every week. Support XNA Roundup by subscribing to our show via iTunes or YouTube. You can also link or embed our videos on your blog, Twitter, or Facebook page. Another great way to support XNA Roundup is by supporting our sponsors. This week's episode is sponsored by GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy has become the #1 choice for domains by providing innovative, competitively priced products and by always appreciating and listening to its customers. Help out our show by using the promo code XNA7 when you check out at GoDaddy to get a .com domain name for just $7.49. Or use the code XNA5 to get 10% off your order. So after last week's epic Top 21 show, we've decided to dial it back a bit and just look at 2 games. First up, we look at Unrevolutionary, a 2-stick shooter with an emphasis on RPG elements. Then we look at Angry Berry, a 2D beat-em-up throwback starring everyone's favorite politician. Let's get right into the reviews. We will see you on the other side. If you could buy Unrevolutionary as a boxed copy at the store, on the back of the box there would be the line, "A Geometry Wars style RPG." And that would actually be pretty descriptive of the game inside. Unrevolutionary quite literally takes the dual-stick shooter genre to another level, and then another and another. One of the coolest features in the game is that as you progress, you're presented with the option of choosing a style and class that will define the skill tree and the type of shooting and other game mechanics you'll be able to employ. There are 12 different skills available, but the path you choose only allows you to utilize 4 per playthrough, so you need to choose wisely. Unfortunately, all you're given as far as information about this decision is a block of text. More demonstration or explanation of these classes would have been helpful. Maybe being able to test the skill out would have made me feel like I wasn't just making a random decision, but actually tailoring my ship to my playstyle. As it stands now, you're just reading the descriptions and trying to imagine if that skill would help you and if it would be fun to use. In the trial version, you're given a mid-level engineer to use, which allows you to use sentries, which are basically automated turrets that do a lot of the shooting work for you. You can also slow down time as well as a few other things. When I started my character, I was more inclined to the aggressive side and wanted to do all the shooting myself, so I took the opposite path. My first 2 skills were Overkill and Push. Every time you use a skill, you use up some of your energy, which is always replenishing itself and can be upgraded as well to allow more use of special attacks. The more you level up a skill, the more energy it uses when activated. Every skill has a secret Uber ability which is unlocked when you upgrade it to level 10. Around the 10th board, you are given another choice of branching paths where you choose between even more specialized classes. I chose the Hunter class with its black hole trapping mechanic and the shotgun blast. The most aggravating aspect of Unrevolutionary is the almost absurdly long load times, although I do give the developers props for adding a minigame when the game launches. While I really appreciated the addition of RPG leveling up, the way it's implemented from a user interaction perspective seemed like it was last on the developers' fine-tuning list. I wish I could put my finger on exactly what it was I was looking for, but the actual leveling up just felt a little hollow. Unrevolutionary has married the shooting and RPG genres together reasonably well, and I'm looking forward to playing more games that build on this combination in the future. Angry Berry is a fairly standard 2D beat-em-up where you play as a very thinly veiled caricature of Barack Obama during his 2008 campaign for the presidency. The basic gameplay involves kicking, punching, and comboing your way through untold scores of fetus-hurling old women, Secret Service agents, and a good chunk of the Clinton family. Apparently in this alternate universe, if you absolutely clobber someone, they're obliged to vote for you. Makes sense. The best mechanic in the game is definitely the ability to pick up basically anything you happen upon and crush people with it, including park benches, dumpsters, buses. You can even pick up the enemies themselves. Another nice feature is that a second player can jump in at any time. The bummer part of Angry Berry is that while at first glance it looks like a happy-go-lucky game, it's actually really unforgiving. You only get 1 life, health pickups are few and far between, and when you die there's no continue at all. You just start at the very beginning. If the game mixed it up more, this wouldn't be so bad, but it's too grindy to have to go back and beat up all those old ladies again. I'm begging you here, just give me a few frickin' lives. Anyway, a decent beat 'em up with some nice tongue-in-cheek humor to give you a chuckle or two while you play with friends. All right, folks, that's our show for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can get show updates at twitter.com/XNA Roundup, and you can email questions, comments, or suggestions to xnaroundup@gmail.com. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.